All right. Lady. That's so amazing. Hey guys. Oh, the song. Oh, 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 yeah. So good. Hey guys, I think you're already doing this, but say hi to a friend. Say hi to each other. Make a new friend. Use your name. Use your name. Who's joining us? Hey, Stephanie. You're welcome to keep your camera off. You can turn it on if you want. I promise I won't judge your background. Hi. You're fine, babe. You're totally fine. If you make sure you have 2 blocks and a towel. Stephanie, if you're at home, you don't have blocks, that's totally okay. I would go ahead and grab a towel if you're at home.
Okay, I have blocks.
You do? Awesome. Yeah, grab them. That way you can have them. Sorry, I'm talking to her. Hey guys, my name is Megan. This is a Yin class. So if you've never done Yin Yoga before, Yin is like slow, passive, meditative stretching. So very unlike the other class I taught this morning, which was sweaty and full of movement and transitions and energy and soft moments and powerful moments. Yin is all about softness and passivity. And the goal of Yin is to get into your connective tissue, to get out of the muscle. So as much as you can in the posture today, try to not use your muscles. You'll notice they'll kind of start to squeeze and curl up, right? But we want to like find softness. So like for example, in a seated forward fold in a Yang class, right? We'd be pulling and squeezing and engaging. In Yin, just let everything get soft and passive. We'll be in each posture for about 3 to 5 minutes. Sometimes we'll be in there for like 6 to 7 minutes. Just depends on the posture. So that's part of the reason. That's why you get pretty exhausted at that point. That's it. We're going to start on our backs. So lay all the way down and grab one of your blocks and put it under your head like a pillow. And I would start with the lowest height because we're going to move it up in just a couple of minutes. And kind of put the edge of the block underneath the base of your skull. And you can kind of gently rock your head side to side and get a little myofascial release there. Massage the muscles there at the top of your neck. Now, if you have a tweaky lower back or any lower back issues, feel free to bend your knees. That might be more comfortable. Also, if you've got a booty, sometimes it's just a little more comfortable to have your knees bent. A nice, easy breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Bless you. You can continue to find movement or you can find stillness. So allow your intuition to be your guide. There's no right or wrong way to do anything in this room. Do what honors your body, your energy, what you need. Now take your block and move it to the medium height. So flip it up one level. Same idea, edge of the block goes at the base of your skull. And you can keep your head still, or you can slowly rock your head side to side. You find a little tough spot, give it a little extra love. Stay there for a few breaths, work on it. You can also just let your head rest to one side, hang out there for a while, and then roll to the other side, hang out there for a while. Nothing we do today should cause any pain. There might be some intense discomfort that pops up here and there. And whenever that happens, try not to run away from it. Stay and breathe with it. Remove your block and let your head come gently to the floor. Move the block to the side, wherever it's out of your way. You might feel like your head goes down through the floor. That's a normal sensation. Just notice how it feels in your neck, the base of your skull. Again, you can stay still here, or you can find movement. Reach your arms and legs out in a big full body stretch. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a good hug. You can pick your head up if you want. Make it a little ball. And relax your head and shoulders down to the ground. Bring your hands to your knees and start to draw your knees at the same time around in a big circle. It doesn't matter which direction. You take your knees together. We'll spread them apart in a second. So they're both going in the same direction. Yeah, there you go. Keep it slow. Okay, so stay mindful in your practice. Notice when you're just doing something because I'm telling you to do it. Really be intentional, mindful with your movement. Imagine it like a conversation with your body. Every movement that you offer your body is an opportunity for it to also reply back. So listen. And take your circles the other direction. Keep them nice and slow. Maybe even go even slower. Those movements, those little spots where your body wants to speed up, tells you where you're lacking a little bit of muscle strength in that area. So it's a nice dialogue to have. Good awareness. Good. Now pull your knees back in. And this time you're going to split your knees apart and make a big circle out and away. And then bring your knees together and back and in. So out and away, back and in. Yeah, like a big butterfly movement. They're really good for hip mobility. Really good for brain function as well. So if you're like, why is this so hard? That's okay, just practice them. Good, now take your circles the opposite way. So they'll go out, around towards your face, they'll come together and then push back down through the middle, or the opposite direction of whatever you're going for. Bring your knees back in, lift your feet up to the sky, take a few rolls through your ankles, your toes, reach your hands up and also roll through your wrists and your fingers. So keep all four of them moving, but bring your awareness just to your left ankle. Keep all four moving, but bring your awareness to your left ankle. Good, your left big toe, your left pinky toe. Good. Same thing with the right foot. Keep everything moving, but bring your awareness to your right ankle, your right big toe, your right little toe. I know it's so hard, right? Multitasking. Good, same thing with your left wrist. Notice if it's just been there like woo, 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 like flinging around, maybe slow it down. Maybe take your circles the opposite way. Bring your awareness to your other wrist. Bring your awareness to both ankles, both wrists, and now all four, both wrists and ankles. Nice, good, release down. Got some blood flow going there. Roll over to one side, find fetal pose for just a moment. Let's take a little awareness of how your body feels this morning. Or this afternoon, depends on for you. Noon might be your morning, noon might be part of your afternoon. Deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. Good, and then roll your way up to a seat. So we're gonna start with toe squat and ankle stretch because they're not fun. And so we'll just go ahead and knock those out to begin with. So grab your blocks. Grab my blocks. And you may or may not need these, but they're nice to have if you want them. So come to a kneeling position. So we're gonna start with toe squat. Tuck your toes, right? So even your pinky toe, you might have to reach down with your hands and pull your pinky toe forward so that your pinky toes get the benefit of this stretch as well. To lessen the intensity, bring your blocks forward and you can take as much weight on your blocks as you need to. Remember, you have different heights to work with. If you're okay here, you can just stay right there. And that's it. Breathe. So the idea is to find your first level of edge and breathe in it. Okay, so you're not going to your deepest right away. You're not going to a place that you can't sustain. But it should be slightly challenging. If you don't find that challenge yet, just stay still in the posture. It will come. If you're already feeling a lot of intensity, stay with it. Maybe back off just a little. Your breath is the biggest tell of where you are physically and mentally in your stress levels. So when your breath changes, when it deepens, when it gets harder, when it shortens or you hold it, it kind of tells you where you are. Whoever you want to be, you want to try to find an easy breath. Go to that place. About halfway there. Soften your shoulders, the space behind and under your ears, back of your neck. Soften your jaw, your brow, your tongue, your belly. Listen to the soft sound of your breath, moving in and going out. Last 5 breaths. Make them long but easy. 4. 3. 2. Get a deep breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Good. Release, come onto the top of your feet. This is the ankle stretch. So same concept, except for you're on the top of your feet now. Same rule applies, right? So if this is too intense to sit on the top of your ankles, use your blocks. They have different heights. Feel free to take the pressure off. Use your upper body to help you here if you need to. If you feel okay, you can chill right here. If you want more, if this is not intense enough for you, bring your fingertips beside you or behind you and begin to lift your knees off the ground. The full version of this posture is a balance. So if your knees are up, you can bring your hands to your heart. And again, the goal is to find stillness, presence. If you have a mantra or something, a focus and intention that you've been working on, say it to yourself here. Use this time. Focus your energy. We'll maybe here for about 2.5 minutes. Remember, nothing should cause pain. So if it gets too intense, notice if it's just intensity, intense discomfort, stay with it. If it begins to actually cause pain, back off. Breathe into it. If you're experiencing intensity, try not to run away in your mind. Embrace it. Stay here. No, it's hard. Stay right here. You've got it. Easy breath in. Easy breath in. Notice if your body temperature has changed at all, or your heart rate is at. Remind yourself why you're on your mat. Here for 5. 4. 3. 2. One more breath in. Exhale and let it go. Good, release the pose. You can probably get a little crunchy in your ankles right now. That's totally normal. Just lay all the way down on your belly. Slide your knees back. When you get there, if you want, you can take some gentle point and flexes, maybe circles, or maybe literally just nothing. Do not a damn thing. And notice the intensity that you felt is already starting to subside. You might feel like a tingling or a cooling sensation or even a heat sensation. Those are all normal. Okay, from here we'll find Sphinx pose. So walk your elbows underneath you so you rise up on your forearms. And you want your elbows slightly in front of your shoulders. So you don't want your elbows behind your shoulders. Bring them right under and then just walk forward like a half inch or an inch. Palms straight out from your shoulders, so hands the same distance as your shoulders. Yep, that's it. Now a little tip here, you can bring your hands just slightly wider than your elbows, and that kind of helps you not sink into your shoulders. And that's it. If you want to make this a little more gentle, walk your hands farther out. You're already at the most intense version of Sphinx if you stay right where you are. So anywhere in between is fine. It's an option here if you like to drop your head back onto your shoulders to get a stretch to the front of your throat. It's a little hard to breathe here, but it's a stretch we don't do often in our neck, and we won't be there long. You can take a few breaths there if you want and play with it. If it doesn't serve you, that's okay. Feel free to not take it. And for the remainder of the class here and there, I'll be offering a little bit of gentle touch. Nothing too heavy today, but you may not be comfortable being touched, and that's okay. So if you are being comfortable being touched, just lift one foot. You can just bend one knee and lift one foot, and then I will know that I'm good to go. Perfect. Thank you. Now you can choose to keep your head lifted here. You can keep it dropped back, or let your chin drop in towards your chest. And since everybody lifted a leg, just go ahead and bend the other knee and bring your toes up to the sky, just so you're not walking out of here crooked. But just notice, you can bring it back down, but neat to notice the difference in the way that feels, right? When your head is up and back versus when your head is forward. Something cool to see. You can stay right here in Sphinx if you like with the elbows bent. If you want to go a little bit higher, you can straighten your arms for seal. If you straighten your arms, walk your hands a little wider than your shoulders and then rotate your thumbs to point forward. Everything else stays the same. So hips still on the ground. Yeah, keep all that down. And then walk your hands forward. Yep, there you go. Point your thumbs forward. How's that?
More comfortable.
Good. Same rule applies. The farther your hands are away from you, the less intense is. The farther your hands are underneath you, the more intense is. But try to keep connection of your pelvis to the ground. So we're looking for compression in your low and mid back here. And we're looking for a stretch in your abdominals, your intercostals. Even your diaphragm gets a little bit of a stretch here, although it gets stretched out all the time. A little more. Here for another 4. 3, you can stay right where you are or start working towards your deepest expression, whatever that is for you. 2. And 1. Good, release all the way down. Take a moment to do nothing. Let all that blood flow redistribute through your low back. If you have anything directly to the side of you, go ahead and slide it forward so it's out of your way. So any blocks, water bottles, coffee cups, bolsters. Take broken wing. Extend your right hand straight out from your right shoulder, palm down. Out to the side. Yeah, right there. You got it. Slide your left hand in next to your chest, next to your heart. Take your left foot up and then roll to step your left foot. Maybe it hovers behind you, maybe it steps behind you, but lifting your left hip all the way up off the ground. Yep, should feel a nice stretch in the front of your right shoulder. Your left hand can stay right in front of you for support. It can also reach behind you if that feels good. It can reach over. Legs, put them wherever they make sense to you. So your left foot can stay bent. It can lay on your right leg, or your right foot can come meet your left foot if that feels good. Feel free to play with it, make it yours. For those of you that already have a lot of mobility in your right shoulder, you can take a goalpost variation, bending your right elbow 90 degrees, palm still faces down. You can get a little different angle, a little more depth in that right shoulder. What you want to avoid is your elbow coming down. So if your arm is down behind you, like down low, try to get your shoulder and your elbow to line up. Otherwise, the rotator cuff starts to jump forward, and then we put all the weight and get a stretch in an unhealthy place in the rotator cuff instead of giving it in the front of the anterior deltoid, which is what our goal is right here. And if that means you can't roll as far, that's fine. I promise I'm not impressed by how far you roll. So you do what you need to do for your body. And I'll honor you wherever you are. Follow the beat of your heart, the rhythm of your breath. Deep breath in, lean back just a little. And then exhale, release. Slide your left hand out, straight out to the side, shoulder in line with your elbow, palm down. Let your left hip drop down, pick your right foot up, roll your right hip up. Slide your right hand in for support. So this shoulder is going to be different from your other shoulder. Let it be. Your bones, I promise, are not the same on your right side and your left side. Muscle and fascial structure, I promise, are different. It's going to feel a little different. Don't make it have the same performance. Let it talk to you. Have a dialogue. If your body could speak to you right now, what would it say? Easy breaths in. Easy breaths out. And breathe in and lean back just a little. And exhale, gently release. We'll take a little counter stretch for the shoulders here. So reach your arms forward, come onto your fingertips. You can lift your chest up if that helps. And then slide your right arm underneath you. So your palm faces up. It'll be kind of on the front of your shoulder. And you just slide your right arm underneath you. Yeah, palm up. Yep, there you go. So you're stroking the back side of your shoulder now. You can let your forehead come down to the ground, or you come to one cheek. If you want a block to rest your head on or a towel, you have one. And feel free to support your body how you need here. So your head might be straight down, you might be turned to the left, you might be turned to the right. See what honors you here. Notice where you're holding any resistance here. Can you soften the space between your ears and your shoulders? Soften your belly, your thighs. Your face and your jaw. Not in this one as long. Then another breath in. Let it go. And switch sides. Unthread your right arm. You can reach it forward. And slide your left arm underneath you, palm up. And again, just noticing the difference between your left and your right side without judgment, just observing. Last couple breaths on this side. Nice and easy release. No rush to get there, lots of time. Find your way to child's pose when it feels right in your body. Big toes touch, hips towards your heels. Knees can be together or out wide, or anywhere in between. If it feels okay on your pelvis, walk your knees wide. Let your belly drop between your thighs. And shift up into a tabletop. And if your blocks are not towards the front of your mat, go ahead and grab them and bring them with you when you come to a tabletop. Grab your towel and put your towel underneath your left kneecap. Then shift back into tabletop. Step your right foot to lizard. So step to the outer edge of your mat. And from here, you have lots of options, right? So you want to shift forward It's okay if your knee passes your ankle. The idea is that you get a good compression on the inside top of your right hip and a good stretch on the front of your left hip. If your knee is bothering you, try to get like roll to the top of your knee cap. So you kind of drag your knee forward, get to the top of it. That usually helps. You can stay on your hands. You can stay on the blocks. You can come to your forearms on the ground. You can come to your forearms on blocks. But take the option that serves you. Your foot may turn out a little bit. It may stay straight. Let your foot go where your foot tells you it needs to go. Maybe you stay grounded in the ball or the whole right foot. Maybe you let your knee flare out a little bit and you come more to the outer edge of your right foot. Totally okay. This is dragon. Kind of looks like a dragon, right? Your tail's back there. But it also it's a fierce pose. There are two poses in Yin that I usually dread when it's called. One is dragon and one is rock. But I think when you're supported by props, that can be really helpful. It takes a little bit of the tension, the intensity out of it. Makes it a little more sustainable. Easy breath in. Easy breath out. Just notice already the difference, whether it's a millimeter or inches, in where you are now versus when you first entered the pose about a minute ago. Don't worry, this isn't one of the 5 minutes on each side poses. Yeah, so here, just about another minute. I'd like to offer a different variation for those of you that are pretty deep in this one. So you can take a little bind here. If there's anything on your left side, you can keep it there, or you can, I like to come to my hand for this one. The left hand, and then you'll reach your right shoulder underneath your right knee, and you'll reach for your back foot. Drop your forehead towards the ground. You can stay on your palm or then slide down onto your forearm or your forehead. And remember, this isn't an exercise like strength class. So if it causes you to take that, maybe it's not the one for today. Here's for your last 30 seconds. Easy breaths in. Easy breaths out. Love all the variations, y'all. One more breath in. Exhale and let it go. Good, and we'll take it back to half split. So shift up. You can bring your blocks with you if you like. Straighten your front leg. You want your front foot like straight out from your hip, so if out to the side, kind of walk it in. And then you can use your blocks here. Shift your hips back, pull your heart forward. You can rest on your blocks at whatever level you want them. You can just use the floor. You can keep your hips lifted, or there's another option you can take. You can sit back either onto your left foot or inside your right leg and hold. So you can take it into Triang Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. If you want to take it to full splits, if that's your jam, you can also take that with a block, right? You can always put blocks underneath your thigh, right behind your knee. That's full split. Don't have to be on the ground. And I know your left knee is probably talking to you if you've been on it. We won't be here a whole lot longer. Soften your shoulders and your neck. Remember, stillness is the name of the game. So find a version you can sustain. Try to soften your belly here. Soften your feet, your legs, your shoulders, your inner thighs. About 3 more long breaths right here. One more breath in. Go to your deepest, fold all the way over. And then nice and easy, start to roll it up. How you want to get back to tabletop and switch sides, it's up to you. Slide the towel underneath your right knee. Maybe you want to double it up. Maybe you need a second towel. Let me know, I can bring one to you. Good. Bring your blocks forward, so you've got them there if you want them. Then left foot into lizard, step your left foot to the outer edge of your mat. Right, and you can stay up. You can come down onto your hands. You can use the blocks. You can come to your forearms. The idea is to find both compression on the inside top of your left hip and then a good stretch to the front of your right hip flexors. So that's your right quad, your psoas, a whole bunch of little muscles that run around the front of your hip. Even where your obliques and your abdominals attach, you're getting a little bit of a stretch right there as well. And maybe the angle of this foot or this knee is a little bit different. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. Find somewhere that you can sink in and find that place of stillness. The only thing moving is your breath and your blood. Embrace the dragon. Don't run away from the dragon. The dragon's not stronger than you. Can you befriend the dragon? Make it a friend rather than a foe. Let its fire breathe life into you. Let its fire burn away the things that you're ready to let go of. Here for about 1 more minute. So if you want to take that variation, you can. I like to come onto my right hand first, then shift my shoulder underneath my left knee, reach back through my legs and for the foot. So left hand reaches through. Maybe let your forehead drop towards the ground. If you're still posting on your right hand, you might come to your right elbow. Maybe you stay up. 30 more seconds. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Good. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale, release. Woo. Come all the way onto your bum or, half split. Right, so shift your weight back. So you can use your blocks if you like. Straighten your left leg. Bring your left heel straight out in front of your left hip. Blocks are there both for support and for balance. You can stay right here. You can come a little farther, or you can choose to sit back. That serves you a little bit better. Another option, if you're staying lifted, you can actually use both your blocks here. You can put one kind of underneath your hip and one underneath your thigh, and you can sit right on it. I use the highest height when I do that. You can choose to keep your upper body lifted, or you can fold forward. Can you find peace with wherever you are at? Acceptance, where you are in the journey. Easy breaths in. Easy breaths out. Your head is lifted. You might drop your chin in towards your chest. You feel how that changes or deepens the stretch along your spine. Here for just a few more breaths. Last two, deep breaths in. Full breath out. One more inhale. Exhale to your deepest. Good, nice and easy. Roll it up. Your way, how you want to shift to a seat. Move your blocks out of your way and lie all the way down onto your back. Make sure you've got one block where you can reach it right beside you. And hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Yeah. And bring your block in between your knees. And bring your toes down to the ground. The goalpost, your arms out to the side. Good. Now lift your hips, but keep your toes down. And then hop your hips just a few inches to the right side of your mat. So just pick up your hips, drop them down to the right. Keep your feet, shoulders, everything where they are. Good. Now drop your knees to the left. There you go. You can keep your right arm out to the side, or if you have shoulder, neck issues or just discomfort there, you can also instead rest your right hand on your ribs or your body, wherever that's more comfortable. Feels okay to your neck, turn your face or your head to the right. Does it feel okay to turn your face this way? Sure. Good. Take another deep breath in here. Exhale and let it go. Good. Bring your knees back up. Pick up your booty. Shift your booty to the left. This time, drop your hips down and drop your knees to the right. Turn your head to the left over your back shoulder. And again, left hand can stay out to the side, or you can bring it into rest on your body. And another deep breath in here. Exhale and let it go. And roll back to center. Remove the block. Okay, bring your feet down to the ground. Lift your hips up. You still want to hold on to your block. Good. Now slide your block underneath your sacrum. So it's the flat part of your upper butt, not your lower back. So it should be that space right above your butt crack. I recommend starting with this middle height. Take a shoebox and put it on its side. And then if you're not sure if it's in the right place, lift your feet up. That will tell you if you need to shift it down, up, or to the right or to the left. Lift your feet all the way up. Good. If you need to make adjustments, and then bring your feet back up again. And just take a few breaths here. It's a really simple inversion. If you want to keep your knees straight, you can. If you want to bend your knees, you can. You can play with the angle of your pelvis. If that middle height of the block is too much, you can always bring your feet down and go to the lower height. If you want more, you can go to the higher height. Remember, wherever you go, we're going to be there for several minutes. So take what feels sustainable and nurturing. You're letting all that nutrient-dense blood in your feet and your legs come down and flood down through your pelvis, your abdomen, your lungs, your heart, your brain. And you can choose to keep your feet up if you want, or your legs up. If you'd rather bring your feet down to the ground, go ahead. If you're like, well, I feel really good where I am, stay where you are. If you choose to bring your feet down, you can either keep your knees bent and walk your feet wide, let your knees knock in, or you can extend your legs out long. It's a really nice deep stretch for their hip flexors and your quads, your abdominals. Remember, there's no wrong way to do any of these. They're just different versions, different shapes you can make with your body. So take the one that serves you the best. you'd like to keep the block there, you can keep it there. If you're ready to release it, bring your feet down to the ground, press into your heels, lift your hips, and slide it out. Find any stillness or movement your body needs here. If you're still on that block, go ahead and remove it when you're ready. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, find a few stretches through your body. You roll your head from side to side. Reach your arms and legs in opposite directions. Take a big, long, full body stretch. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. And roll onto your favorite side. If you'd rather stay on your back, that's okay too. Otherwise, just find fetal pose for a moment. Wherever you are, feel the support of the earth beneath you. A reminder to support yourself first so that you can support the people and the things that you love. When you're a happier human, you make humans around you happier. Find your way to a seat. If you need to stay on your side or on your back a little longer, please stay there as long as you need to. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a moment to tell yourself that you love you. Tell yourself that you forgive you. And tell yourself that you're committed to doing the work and growing with you. Reach your arms up to the sky, find a big breath in. Your hands to your third eye for kind thoughts. To your lips for kind words. And to your heart for sweet intentions. And bowing together, we all share a word. Namaste. Thanks, guys. So a little reminder about Yin. In Yin, we specifically target the connective tissue, which is made about 80% of water. It also has collagen, elastin, reticulin in it, but it's got, it's a very stretchy thing, but it needs water. So drink a bunch of water so you can retain all the stuff that we're working on. But also, right, we just stretched out the connective tissues in your joints. So don't just run right out and do something really active right now. Let your body rebound for at least 30 minutes, preferably at least an hour before you do anything really active with your body. And that's it. Thank you, guys. Have a lovely Sunday. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey. Yeah. Oh, it's 111, y'all. Which means I went a little over, so sorry. But 111, I know, lucky numbers, angel numbers today. Woo. No, I didn't go out for this one. Yeah, you can just leave it. Yeah, if you're in teacher training, just leave your mat where it is, or leave your mat in here. Did you like that? Isn't it nice, that like stretch on your neck? Oh, I love that one.
I didn't realize like how much tension I had in this, like when I wake up.
Oh, just to have it like laying behind you, it's like